temperature 47 degrees at 250.
And welcome back to Charlie Brown Memorial Field. Game 2 of our doubleheader underway. And Chris Schoppel took a strike and then hit by a pitch. Andrew Kim on the mound. We'll get you our starters here momentarily.
The center fielder, number 7, Carson Lundmark.
The batting order for the Comets here in game number 2. Chris Schoppel leading off. He's in right field. Carson Lundmark batting second and center. Cameron Goff is a DH hitting in the number 3 spot. Kevin Conway batting fourth at third base. Jalen Denton batting fifth in left field. Jack McQueen hitting sixth. And the second baseman, Riley Rankin, is batting seventh and catching. Quinn Pershing is at first base hitting the number 8 spot. And Tony Villarreal is batting the number 9 spot and at shortstop. There's a swing and a miss by Lundmark. No balls and 1 strike. Carson Lundmark, the left-hander. Chris Schoppel again hit by a pitch to get things started. He's down at first base, leading off here in the top of the first inning. Lundmark 1 for 3 in game 1 with a double and a run scored. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment here behind Andrew Kim momentarily. The right-hander sets. Schoppel takes his lead off first. The 1-1 pitch swung on. Here's a high fly ball, deep right field. Way back goes Papineau to the wall, gone. Lundmark, who homered on yesterday. A 2-run shot here in the top half of the first inning. And the Comets take the early 2-0 lead.
The designated hitter, number 2, Cameron Goff.
Lundmark now up to 30 RBI with that home run. And hit in the back. And that's going to put Goff on first, so he is hit by pitch. That brings up Kevin Conway.
The third baseman, number 29, Kevin Conway.
So Kim has hit 2 batters and given up a home run. For Lundmark, that was his 9th home run of the season. And now at 30 RBI. So Goff at first, 2-0 Comets. Conway to the plate. And the pitch. He swings and hits one, a ground ball to the right side, and knocked down by Rogers into short right field. Around first on or second on his way to third is Goff. That'll be a base hit for Conway. Runners at the corners. And it'll bring up Jalen Denton.
The left fielder, number 14, Jalen Denton.
So 2 hit batters, a home run, and an infield hit. And the Comets have runners at first and third, still nobody out. And now the left-hander Denton to the plate. Right-hander Andrew Kim delivers. Denton bunts it down the third base line and foul. Grabbed there by Babic, who's playing at third base. Nothing on the count. Jen Babic is at third. Hunter Logan is at short. Justin Rogers at second. Alexis Velasco over at first base. Christian Ramirez in left field. Dagan Morcom's in center. Brady Papineau over in right field. Blake Bertalski is behind the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that just misses outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike on Denton. And Andrew Kim, his 7th appearance, his 5th start of the year, 20 2/3 innings, 23 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 11 walks, 22 strikeouts. Here's a ground ball to short. Grabbed by Logan. Step on the bag. Out. Throw to first. And he kept his foot on the bag in time. They got the double play. 6-6-3 double play. 2 away. Goff comes in to score. No RBI for Denton. It'll bring up Jack McQueen.
The second baseman, number 5, Jack McQueen.
So 2 out now, nobody on. And Kim delivers on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Andrew, a 5.23 earned run average, 1-2 record. Opponent's hitting .271 against the righty. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kim out of Las Vegas, Nevada, junior, 6'3". And the right-hander leans back, delivers 0-2. Outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jack McQueen. With 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the first. 3 runs across for the Comets. Check swing, just missing outside. Craig Peterson calling all balls and strikes. Gabe Salander on the bases, along with Mark Gallseth, our umpiring crew here. They've been our umpiring crew for this 4-game weekend set. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Got 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jack McQueen. And Kim, the right-hander, into the line. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Way outside, skips to the backstop. Full count now, 3-2. Riley Rankin would follow if McQueen can get on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Kim delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 1 for Kim, and that'll retire the side. But the Comets get 3 runs on a couple of hits. No errors, and they leave nobody left on base. Half inning. It's the Comets 3, the Vikings coming up. This is VCSU Viking Baseball, live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the first, 3 runs on 2 hits, no Viking errors, and nobody left on base. Fans, VCSU Athletics would like to thank the Booster Club for its continued support and financial contributions that go directly to our student athletes. To join, you can talk to a Century Club member or call me 845-7161.
Well, take a look at the defensive alignment here for the Comets. Tony Villarreal at short. Kevin Conway is at third. Jack McQueen is at second. Over first base, Quinn Pershing. And we'll get to the rest of the defensive alignment here momentarily.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Vikings, the third baseman, number 6, Jaden Babiak.
So Jaden Babiak will lead things off here. Back to the top of the order. After hitting the number 6 spot yesterday and hitting number 3 in game 1 today. In the outfield for the Comets, Jalen Denton is in left field. Carson Lundmark is in center. Chris Schoppel is in right. Riley Rankin behind the plate. And the left-hander, Judish, pitching here in game number 2. First pitch to Babiak misses. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Marshall Judish, the lefty. There's a shot to right field, dropping fast, and it gets by the right fielder. Around first is Babiak on his way to second, and he is going to pull in there. quite probably with a double. It is a double for Babiak.
The second baseman, number 45, Justin Rogers.
Now Justin Rogers to the plate. Marshall Judish only making his third appearance. Of the season. There's a strike called. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Left-hander. Checks Babiak at second. The pitch. Rogers takes it inside for a ball. One ball, 1 strike on Justin Rogers. And the pitch is high for ball, 2-1. Babiak with his 12th double of the year. That's second on the club behind Chabot's 16. Judson Celiscar and Alexis Velasco will follow here. Vikings batting in the bottom of the first inning, trailing 3-0. And Judish delivers. Rogers swing and a miss. Rogers used pretty much as a courtesy runner. Has scored 17 runs this year, but no at-bats. He's the Herb Washington of Valley City State University baseball. There's a pitch misses outside, 3-2. Herb Washington, and the pinch runner extraordinaire for the world champion Oakland Athletics in the 70s. Never had an at-bat, but stole like 30, 40 bases every year. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Rogers. And the right-hander delivers. Strike 3 called, caught looking. First strikeout for Judish, 1 away. That'll bring up the DH Judson Celiscar.
The designated hitter, number 22, Judson Celiscar.
Celiscar DH'd in the first game today. Was 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. .239 hitter on the year, a couple of home runs, 11 runs driven in. Babiak, the leadoff double, still at second. The pitch. Celiscar takes it high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. .51 degrees, sunshine here in Valley City. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Vikings taking the first game 6-2. Throw to second, and Babiak back in. Behind another strong pitching performance by Takeo Cookson. The complete game is second of the year. 11 strikeouts, including the side in the 7th. 1 ball, no strikes here on Celiscar, and the pitch. Curve just misses inside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Alexis Velasco waiting on deck here for VCSU. As a bat in the bottom of the first. And the left-hander delivers. Up and in, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Celiscar straightaway stance. Judish has it signed from his catcher Rankin, and the 3-0 pitch. High, ball 4. So Celiscar draws the 4-pitch walk. Runners at first and second, 1 out for Alexis Velasco.
The first baseman, number 8, Alexis Velasco.
Velasco 2 for 3 in the first game, single and a double. But then he was thrown out, or on a fly ball to center, tagged up, or allegedly tagged up, went to third, but on appeal, they said he left early. So 2 for 3 in the game. There's a strike called to him, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, and 1 the count on Alexis Velasco. And another pickoff attempt at second. Babick this time back in standing. No balls and 1 strike on Velasco. Set by Judish on the left. He delivers way outside. Rankin making a nice backhand. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vikings with that win in game 1. Now 2-13 in conference play. 17-27 overall. Comets fall to 5-10 in the conference. 13-24 on the season. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikings 5 games left in the regular season. They got Dakota Wesleyan here Monday night, 5:30. And then they will head west to Dickinson State next weekend for 4 games to wrap up the regular season. A ball and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball deep down the left field line, but this is foul. It was gone, but it was a foul ball. So the count stays 1-2 on Velasco. Alexis has a team high 7 home runs. 19 runs driven in. A ball and 2 strikes to the Viking first baseman. The pitch just misses outside. The count now even 2-2. Jonathan Thornhill down in the third base coaching box for the Vikings. Brooks Brown over on the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Velasco. And Judish delivers. Curve hangs high. Full count now, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Judish out of Mayville, Mayport CG. 6'1" freshman. There's a high pop-up. Short right side, short right field. Second baseman McQueen out, makes the catch. That is out number 2. That'll bring up the right fielder, Brady Papineau.
The right fielder, number 17, Brady Papineau.
Papineau 2 for 3 in game 1 with a run scored. Steps in here, runners at first and second, 2 outs. Vikings trailing 3-0, bottom of the first, and the pitch. He swings at the first offering, pops it up foul, not a play off to the right. No balls and 1 strike. In line, the dimensions here, Charlie Brown, 330 down the line, 385 to the power alleys. About 370 to straightaway center field, that batter's eye. 0-1 the count on Papineau on the pitch. Curve just missing, trying to hit the outside part of the plate. And the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Judish comes to the belt. And the lefty delivers 1-1. That one hit the corner. Fastball on the outside half, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Judish 22 pitches here in the first inning. Here's number 23. Just misses the corner on the outside. Boy, he was trying to hit that outside corner. Just missed it. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Brady Papineau. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Way outside. Full count now. 3-2. With 2 outs, runners will be going. Babiak from second. Seliskar from first. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Runners go outside, ball 4. So Papineau draws the free pass. Second walk of the inning, and that loads him up for Christian Ramirez.
The left fielder, number 44, Christian Ramirez.
Ramirez came in defensively in the first game, did not get an at-bat. Hitting .162 on the year with a homer and 3 runs driven in. One of the seniors honored here between games. And the pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Ramirez out of Splendora, Texas. Or pardon me, he's Littleton, Colorado is where he is out of. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That hits the corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh and 2 on Ramirez. Runners at every base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And the pitch. That one bounces in there. Blocked by Rankin. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on the left fielder, Christian Ramirez. Judish trying to get out of this inning without any damage. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Way outside, ball 2, 2-2. 29 pitches here in the first inning for Judish. Hunter Logan on deck if Ramirez can keep the line moving. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Just misses the corner again on the outside half. And the count now full, 3-2. So again, full count, 2 outs, runners will be going. Babiak from third, Seliskar from second, Papineau from first. We got the merry-go-round. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And Judish delivers to Ramirez. Outside, ball 4. That'll be the 3rd walk of the inning. Reloads the bases. Brings in Babiak to make it a 3-1 game. And that also will bring a trip to the mound for Judish as Hunter Logan is due up. Ramirez picking up his 4th RBI of the year. So the conversation involving the battery, and that is it for Judish. He did not finish the inning, and we have a pitching change. We'll tell you who's coming in. 3-1, Vikings lead, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the first. The Vikings trailing 3-1. And we're back with our pitching change. This is Viking Baseball, live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com. 27. Well, the new pitcher is Brady Robinson, making his 5th appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. 3 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. He's walked 2, struck out 2. He has an ERA of 18. No wins or losses. And so now he is in to pitch, and he comes in with the bases loaded. And Hunter Logan is going to be coming to the plate. Vikings down 3-1 with the bases loaded. And the right-hander now, Robinson out of Castleton. .62 senior.
The shortstop, number 21, Hunter Logan.
So Hunter Logan will be the first man Robinson will face here. Seliscar is at third. Papineau's at second. Ramirez at first. 2 outs, 1 in. Vikings trailing 3-1, bottom of the first inning. And Robinson, the right-hander, kicks and delivers. Swung on. Here's a ball into left center field. This is back deep on the move, and making the running catch in left field is Denton, and that'll retire the side. Well, he gave it a ride, but Denton caught up to it and made the catch. For the Vikings in the first, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They lead the bases full. 1 inning complete. It is Mayville State 3, Valley City State 1. This is Viking Baseball, live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the first, 1 run, 1 hit. There was no common errors and 3 runners left on base. Leading off the top of the second for the Comets, the catcher number 22, Riley Rankin.
So Riley Rankin will lead things off here. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters here for for Mayville State against Andrew Kim. Right-handed through 18 pitches in that first inning, and Rankin, chopper left side. Shortstop Logan has it, slips a little, throws to first, and Velasco with a nice stretch for the out. He went to set himself to throw and slipped just a little bit, but got enough on the throw for the 6-3 putout, 1 away. It'll bring up Quinn Pershing.
The first baseman, number 10, Quinn Pershing.
Pershing went in defensively in game 1. Getting an at-bat here in game 2. Bat as he'll start at first base. And Kim delivers, swung on a foul, spun off to the left, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Kim into the wide. And here's the kick and the pitch. Low, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kim works from the set, nobody on. Steps back, wheels, deals, 2-1 on the way. And the off-speed misses ball 3. 3-1. Kim hit 2 batters, gave up a home run and a single in the first inning, did have a strikeout. And here comes a 3-1 pitch. That is inside, ball 4. First walk issued by the right-hander brings up the shortstop, Tony Villarreal.
The shortstop, number 1, Tony Villarreal.
The runner at first base is Pershing. And Villarreal to the plate. Kim delivers. Check swing, missing low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Villarreal 0 for 3 in game 1. And the pitch by Kim, low, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. A freshman from Grafton, right-handed batter. And Kim delivers. Fastball high, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Top of the order, Chris Schoppel waiting on deck. In the right-hander, Kim delivering 3-0. High, ball 4. Villarreal walks, back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second, 1 out. We head to the top of the order, and Chris Schoppel.
The right fielder, number 9, Chris Schoppel.
Schoppel, he was hit by pitch and scored in the first. And that's going to bring Alec DeMary out of the third base dugout. The head coach for the Vikings in his second season. I'll take the slow walk out to the mound and chat with his infield and battery. We're in the top of the second inning. Game scheduled for 9 innings. Comets leading at 3-1. Vikings looking to split the weekend 4-game set. Yesterday, a couple of close ones again. VCSU has played a ton of 1, 2, and 3-run games this year. They are 9 and after yesterday, 9-18 in games decided by 3 runs or less. So now Schoppel will bat with the runners at first and second and 1 away here in the top of the second inning. He's got 3 home runs this weekend, 2 yesterday, 1 in game 1. And the pitch takes it inside, ball 1. Has 8 home runs on the year, which is tied for the team lead. One ball, no strikes. And Kim delivers. Swung on, there's a line drive, base hit, left field. Here's Pershing around third. He's going to score. Villarreal heads to third. Here's the throw to second, hustling in, and the hustle double there by Schoppel, and he is at second. It's now 4-1 with runners at second and third for Carson Lundmark.
The left center fielder, number 7, Carson Lundmark.
Lundmark with a 2-run homer in the first inning, his 9th of the year, which now takes over the team lead. Breaks the tie he had with Schoppel. He has 30 RBI with those 9 home runs. And takes the pitch outside for a ball. Infield up all the way around here for the Vikings with runners at second and third and 1 out in the top of the second. And Kim, the right-hander, sets, delivers. Lundmark takes it high, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Lundmark leads the team with 21 extra base hits, 11 doubles, a triple, and those 9 home runs. Swing and a miss. Was going for number 10 there. Missed it. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. With 1 out. Here in the second, Kim delivers. Swung on a shot, base hit, right field. That's going to plate 2, around third. Nope, they are going to hold the runner. Nice job there, getting the ball in quickly out in right field by Papineau. So it's an RBI single by Lundmark, his 31st of the season. And it's now 5-1. And it'll bring up Cameron Goff.
The designated hitter, number 2, Cameron Goff.
Goff was hit by a pitch and scored back in the first inning. So 2 runs across here for the Comets. Runners at the corners. And Kim comes to the set and the pitch. Swinging a chop to third. Glove by Babick. Throw to second. Out there. The relay to first. Double play. Nicely done there. 5-4-3 around the horn double play. That gets Kim out of the inning, but the Comets do plate 2 more runs on a couple of hits, no errors, and they leave a runner stranded. We head to the bottom of the second. It's now Mayville State 5, Valley City State 1. And this is Viking Baseball live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the second, 2 runs on 2 base hits, no Viking errors, and 1 runner left on base.
Radar gun guy from yesterday. Another Castleton boy, eh?
Your attention now, pitching for the Comets, number 23, Jackson Parker.
So the third pitcher used here by Coach Tomlin, Jackson Parker, now will step to the pitcher's rubber, and he will face the 8-9-1 batters coming up here for Valley City State in the bottom of the second. Blake Portalski, Dagan Morcom, and then the top of the order.
Leading off the bottom of the second, for the Vikings, a catcher, number 25, Blake Portalski.
So Blake Portalski will bat here to lead things off here for VCSU. Blake, 7 at-bats, still looking for that first hit. He was one of the seniors recognized here between games. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Right-handed batter. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. High heat, 0-1. Or, pardon me, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blake out of Tacoma, Washington. 5'10" senior. 1-1, and Parker kicks and delivers. Missing low and away for a ball. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Check swing, misses. So the count now 3-1. Parker, freshman out of Castleton, right-hander, making his 10th appearance, his 5th out of the bullpen. That was up and in, ball 4. Portalski will draw the walk, possibly get a pinch runner here, but Dagan Morcom to the plate, but not before. The Vikings will send Diesel Goya out to run for him.
Your attention now running at first base, number 5, Diesel Goya. At the plate, the center fielder, number 12, Dagan Morcom.
So Dagan Morcom will bat, the senior. Goya now the runner at first base. And the pitch. Morecambe takes it high for a ball. Those numbers on Parker again, his 10th appearance. He has a 1-6 record. A 15.3 earned run average, 20 innings, 42 hits, 35 runs, 34 earned. He's walked 11, struck out 10. And Morecambe takes it wide for a ball. Dagan, 216 on the year. He does have 3 homers, 9 runs driven in. Left-handed batter. Set by Parker in the pitch. Swinging a chop foul back behind home plate. The count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Goya the runner at first. 8 of 13 is a base stealer. Tied with Babiak for the team lead in stolen bases. And a toss over to first. He's back in. Two balls and 1 strike to Morecambe, top of the order, and Babiak waiting on deck here for the Vikings, trailing 5-1, bottom of the second. And the pitch, Morecambe swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two the count here on the Vikings center fielder. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down to second base. Not going to be in time, and that'll be a stolen base for Goya. That'll bring up Jaden Babiak.
The third baseman, number 6, Jaden Babiak.
First strikeout for Parker, 1 away. And now Babiak, he doubled and scored in the first. Stolen base number 9 on the season for Goya. Now takes over the team lead. And the pitch on the way to Babiak, takes it low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Vikings trailing at 5-1. Been out hit 4-1. Jackson Parker, third pitcher used here for the Comets. And a 1-0 pitch. Babiak chops it foul at the plate over by the Mayville State dugout. And the count now even. 1 ball, 1 strike. One out. Goy the run at second. Pickoff attempt. He's back in standing. Patalski led off with a walk. Morecambe struck out. Now it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count here on Babiak. The right-hander, Jackson Parker, comes to the set and again spins over, throws to second, and Ken Goya back in standing. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on here in the second. Parker sets and delivers. And Babiak swings and pops it up. Foul territory, left side, and that is going to be just out of play. Right over by the fans down that left field side. And the count now 1-2 on Jaden. One ball, 2 strikes. Jaden digging in is Parker. Ball behind his back, gets his sign from Rankin. A ball and 2 strikes. Goya leads off of second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. McQueen over, scoops, And the throw to first. Close play. Babiak hustling down the line, but they get the out. 4-3 on the put out for out number 2. To third base goes Goya. Brings up Justin Rogers.
The second baseman, number 45, Justin Rogers.
Justin Rogers to the plate, struck out looking his first time up. And takes a pitch at the knees for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. And that one misses ball 1, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike here on Rogers. With a runner down at third, 2 outs, the pitch. Inside, blocked there by Rankin, keeps her on home plate. So the count 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on the Vikings second baseman, Justin Rogers. Parker comes to the set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This is outside, ball 3, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 1 on here in the second. 5-1 Mayville State. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Rogers works the walk. Second walk issued by Parker. Runners at first and third for Justin Saliskar.
The designated hit, number 22, Justin Saliskar.
Saliskar walked his first time up. So with runners at the corners, 2 out, Vikings down 4. Here's the pitch. Saliskar swing and a miss. Mighty swing and missed it. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Jackson Parker, right-hander, comes to the set. And the pitch. Saliskar takes it low. Ball 1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Saliskar, the left-hander. And that straightaway stance. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Takes that over but low. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vikings left the bases loaded in the first inning. 2-1 the count, and the pitch. Saliskar swings, lofts it down the left field line. That is a fair ball and into the corner. 1 run in. Here comes the Rogers around third. Here's the throw to the plate. Not going to be in time. A 2-run double by Judson Saliskar, and it's 5-3. Saliskar goes opposite field, right down the line in left field. Plates 2. And the Vikings now within 2.
The first baseman, number 8, Alexis Velasco.
Now Alexis Velasco to the plate with a runner at second base. It's now 5-3. And Saliskar is at second. The pitch, high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Alexis Velasco. Parker comes to the set and the pitch. And a hit him. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit more in this cold. So runners at first and second for Brady Papineau, but not before we're gonna have a visit to the mound. So walk to Patulski started the inning. Then Morcom struck out. Babiak grounded out to second. And Rogers walked. Saliskar just had a 2-run double. And now Velasco hit by a pitch. The Vikings now will have the tying run on with 2 out here in the bottom of the second, making it 5-3. The conversation breaking up on the mound. It'll bring up Brady Papineau.
The right fielder, number 17, Brady Papineau.
So Papineau will step in with runners at first and second. VCSU right back in this one, down 5-3. The right-hander, Parker, delivers. There's a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. And Parker, the freshman from Castleton, Central Cass High School. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Curve swung on and found that one at the plate. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Papineau. Saliskar's at second. Velasco's at first. 2 on, 2 in, 2 out here in the second. And Parker delivers. Way outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here on the right-handed hitting right fielder, Brady Papineau. Parker kicks, delivers. Low, ball 2, 2-2. So again, deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out in the second. Parker, ball behind his back as he looks into Rankin for the sign. Right-hander sets. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, short right field. There is Shop Bell, and he'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side here in the second. But the Vikings get back in it. They get a couple of runs, and they do it with 1 base hit, no errors, and they leave 2 runners left on base. 2 complete. 5-3 advantage to Mayville State. This is Viking Baseball live on VCSUVikings.com.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the second, 2 runs. There was 1 base hit, no common errors, and 2 runners left on base.
Wrong team. Never mind, I'll be quiet. That's the wrong team. Well, the 4, 5, and 6 batters coming up here for Mayville State in the top half of the third inning, leading at 5-3. Conway, Den, and McQueen.
Leading off the top of the third for the Comets, the third baseman, number 29, Kevin Conway.
So Kevin Conway will get things started here. He singled and then was erased on a double play. Vikings with 2 double plays so far today. Pitcher's best friend. And there's a strike called, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Right-hander Kim kicks, delivers 0-1. Swung on a ground ball, pass Babiak down the left field line. That's a fair ball, and that's going to get all the way and into the corner. Around first, on his way to second is a double for Conway. Another extra base hit for the Comets. Hit number 5. Runner at second base brings up Jalen Denton.
The left fielder, number 14, Jalen Denton.
Denton today, he hit into that 6-6-3 double play back in the first inning. Well, bat with a runner at second base, nobody out. Here in the top of the third. Kim delivers wide, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Right-hander Andrew Kim delivers in the dirt. That goes to the backstop. That's going to move Conway down to third on the wild pitch. Denton was squaring the bunt. And the ball squirted past Patalski, the catcher, to the backstop for the wild pitch. Runner at third base now, and a 2-ball, no-strike count on Denton. Here's the pitch. He swings and pops it up, foul, and out of play off to the left. Two balls and one strike. And the pitch way outside. Ball 3, 3-1. Activity in the Viking bullpen. Things quiet right now in the Mayville State bullpen. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on liner. That's going to be a base hit into right field. And the runner held up, but he will score easily. Conway comes across, make it 6-3. On the RBI single by Denton. And it'll bring up the second baseman, Jack McQueen, but not before Coach DeMaria comes out of the third base dugout. And that may be the end of the road for Andrew Kim today. He will take the ball from Kim, and we have got a pitcher's change. We'll let you know who the new hurler will be for Valley City State. 6-3 advantage to Mayville State. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the top of the third inning. This is Viking Baseball, live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
Your attention now, pitching for the Vikings, number 1, Jay Mendez.
So Jay Mendez, who pitched in both games yesterday, will pitch here now with the runner at first base. And nobody out. Comets leading at 6-3 as they bat here in the top of the third inning. Game scheduled for 9 here, the second game of the doubleheader, final game of this 4-game series. Comets took the 2 yesterday, 2-0 and 9-8. Vikings taking the first game today here on Senior Day, winning by a 6-2 final. And the Comets right now leading 6-3 in the third inning here in game 2. Again, McQueen will be the first batter that Mendez faces. Looks like he's ready to go.
The second baseman, number 5, Jack McQueen.
So Jack McQueen will be the first batter to Mendez sees. McQueen today. He struck out against Kim to end that first inning. And we'll step in here with a runner at first base. Throw to first right away. And oh, close play. Quick drag tag there by Velasco. But the runner got back in. Set by Mendez, the pitch on the outside part of the plate. Missing. Now they had him caught. Ooh, they had him in a pickle, but he's going to get second base stolen. Denton started and then stopped, and they threw behind him, and he took off. The throw was a little bit towards the foul line, and Velasco, his throw to second, not going to be in time, so Denton will get a stolen base. And a 1-ball, no-strike count on McQueen. And now a runner in scoring position. And still nobody out. Mendez delivers a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. One the count here on McQueen. He hits a little looper on the right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And great base running there by Denton. He'll come all the way around to score. Read that one nicely. And a little flare into right center field. McQueen picks up the RBI single. And the Comets now lead at 7-3 with a runner at first base for Riley Rankin.
The catcher, number 22, Riley Rankin.
Rankin grounded to short his first time up. So now 7-3, Comets with the lead. And he shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Jacob Marks now in the bullpen. The seniors are getting their due here today. The non-pitchers getting the start in the lineup and getting the pitchers. It's Mendez, one of the seniors. Marks also a senior that may see time on the mound here today on senior day. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here on Rankin. Quinn Pershing waiting on deck for the Comets. Nobody out. With 2 across, there's a throw to first, and back in is McQueen. One and 1 the count on Riley Rankin. And Mendez delivers. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Runner off of first base. Throw to first, and 1 short hop pickup there by Velasco on the throw. And Mendez working here against Rankin. Delivers. Swinging a chop foul at the plate. So the count stays. A ball and 2 strikes. Oh, now they're calling Coach Tomlin out. I think Rankin must have pulled something when he swung on that. He's in a little discomfort. He's going to shake it off and get back in there. A ball and 2 strikes on Rankin. McQueen, the runner at first. Nobody out. Comets batting top of the 3rd. 2 runs across. They lead 7-3. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1 and 2. 2-2, pardon me. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes here on Rankin. Another throw to first, a little closer that time. Back in is McQueen. Cookson picked the runner off in the first game. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 3. Full count now, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Rankin walks. That will move McQueen to second. Runners at first and second for Quinn Pershing. The runner at first base now is Kirkup will run at first. I believe that is 24. And
the first baseman, number 10, Quinn Pershing. Now running first base, number 24, Avery Kirkup.
So Avery Kirkup is now running at first. Bunt attempt out in front of home plate. Grabbed there by Mendez. A throw to second baseman Rogers covering for the out. So they get the sacrifice, 1-4. That is the first out of the inning. Runners move up to second and third for Tony Villarreal.
The shortstop, number 1, Tony Villarreal.
Villarreal walked and scored his first time up. Infield up all the way around here for the Vikings. Trailing 7-3, runners at second and third and 1 out. The pitch. Villarreal swings and pops it foul. Not a play, off to the right. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 the count on the right-handed hitting Tony Villarreal, hitting the number 9 spot for the Comets. Check swing, low and away, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order, and Chris Shopbell waiting on deck. The 1-1 pitch. There's a strike of the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mendez responsible for the 2 runners on base. Kim gave up the first 2 runs in the inning. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball back up the middle into center field, a base hit. McQueen scores. The courtesy runner Kirkup around third will score. And it makes it a 9-3 lead for the Comets on a 2-run single by Tony Villarreal. Went right up the middle. And we'll go to the top of the order, and Chris Shopbell.
The right fielder, number 9, Chris Shopbell.
Shopbell's been hit by a pitch, doubled, had an RBI, run scored. The Vikings will be glad to see him leave town. He has had a monster series this weekend. Probably in line for Player of the Week in the conference. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch misses outside. 3 home runs on the weekend. Here's the pitch. He nubs that one to the right side, foul territory. Velasco can't quite get to it. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike count on Shopbell. His second home run yesterday was the game winner in the top of the 9th inning. 1-1 the count. Mendez delivers. Swung on. There's a fly ball into left center field. Dropping fast and nice running catch coming in and making the sliding catch in left field is Ramirez for out number 2. That'll bring up Carson Lundmark.
The center fielder, number 7, Carson Lundmark.
Lundmark hit a 2-run homer in the first and an RBI single in the second. And we'll bat here with a runner at first base now 2 away. 4 runs across here for the Comets. On 4 base hits, leading at 9-3. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate and over by the Comet dugout. As they had Villarreal on the move. No balls and 1 strike on Lundmark. Mendez comes to the set. Throw to first, and Villarreal just got back. Good move there by Mendez, and nearly picked the freshman off. No balls and one strike to Lundmark, and the pitch. Down and in. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike here on Carson Lundmark. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. We're in the top of the third inning. Mayville State leading at 9-3. And the runner goes. The pitch is swung on into right center field. That's dropping fast. It's going to drop in for a hit. Villarreal on his way to third. And Lundmark will pull up at second. And they put the big stop sign on Villarreal. Here's the throwback behind him. And the ball gets away and goes over by the Viking dugout. But Villarreal didn't know where it was and had to stay put as he went diving back to the bag. That'll be a double for Lundmark. The runners now at second and third. And we'll bring up Cameron Goff.
The designated hitter, number 2, Cameron Goff.
Goff's been hit by a pitch, and he grounded into a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play back in the second. And that's going to bring Coach DeMaria out. And look at see if he's going to make a pitching change here. Jacob Marks has been warming up in the bullpen. And he is going to take the ball from Mendez. So we're going to have ourselves a new pitcher. And we'll tell you, well, I think we are. Yep, we're going to have a new pitcher. We'll tell you who it is coming up. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Comets leading at 9-3 here in the top of the third. This is Viking Baseball live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com. Now in pitching for Valley City State, the senior Jacob Marks. The 6'2 senior out of Brooklyn Center.
Your attention now pitching for the Vikings, number 23, Jacob Marks.
So Marks will come in with 2 outs, runners at second and third. 4 runs across here for the Comets. They lead 9-3 in the top of the third inning. Mendez responsible for the 2 runners on base. Villarreal at third, and Lundmark is at second. Cameron Goff will be the 9th man to bat in the inning. And he will face Marks. So here we go as Goff will step in. Villarreal, the runner at third. He just had a 2-run single. Carson Lundmark is at second with the double. 2 outs. Goff has been hit by a pitch and again hit into that 5-4-3 double play back to end the second inning. And here's Marks delivering. Swinging. Boy, I think that one, he swung on, missed that one, but I think it went off the mask of the catcher, Pertalski. No balls and 1 strike. Marks, who almost straight away looks at the batter and is set, then brings the legs together in a more conventional set position before delivering to the plate. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Over on the first base side of that pitching rubber. 0-2 the count, and the pitch. Swung on, high pop, right field. Papineau giving chase, foul territory, and Brady makes the catch as he crosses the line, and that will end the inning. But the Comets get 4 more runs on 4 hits, no errors. They leave 2 runners left stranded. We head to the bottom of the third. It's Mayville State 9, Valley City State 3. This is Viking Baseball live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the third, 4 runs on 4 hits. No Viking errors and 2 runners left on base.
What's that? Parker.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Vikings, the left fielder, number 44, Christian Ramirez.
Christian Ramirez will lead things off here for Valley City State. In the bottom of the third inning, Ramirez walked back in the first. Vikings had the bases loaded, but could not get another run across. Didn't get 1 in. Ramirez, half swing, strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on the senior, Littleton, Colorado. And Parker delivers inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the third inning. And maybe leading at 9-3. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Number 44, Christian Ramirez. Here in the pitch. Low and away, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson Parker into the line, and the right-hander delivers 2-2. Swinging a foul back and out of play. The count stays even at 2-2 on Ramirez. And now a discussion going on between DeMaria, head coach Alex DeMaria, and home plate umpire Craig Peterson. Whatever the discussion was, it was brief. 2-2 the count here on Ramirez. Parker into the line, and the pitch. Outside, full count now, 3-2. Hunter Logan waiting on deck for the Vikings, batting here in the bottom of the third. And here comes a 3-2 pitch, swinging a chop foul. The count stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's the right-hander stepping in, straightaway stance. Parker delivers 3-2, and it hit him. Or foul ball. Nope, foul ball. Checked his swing. Hit off the bat, so the count continues. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ramirez. Jackson Parker looks over the top of his glove for the sign, delivers. There's a shot to center field. Lundmark is right there. Didn't have to move a whole heck of a lot. Makes the play for out number 1. That'll bring up Hunter Logan, the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 21, Hunter Logan.
Logan flying out to left field his first time up. And we'll step in with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd. Parker into the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in. And Logan swings through it. A ball and no balls, 1 strike on Hunter Logan. Parker kicks and delivers. Curveball swung on, liner, foul. Right off the fence. Down that foul territory down the left field line. So the count now 0-2 on Logan. And Blake Patulski on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop. Foul territory. Over. First baseman. Pershing makes the catch. That is out number 2. And it'll bring up Blake Portarski.
The catcher, number 25, Blake Portalski.
So Portalski will step in. 2 outs, nobody on here. Blake walked his first time up. Diesel Goya, the courtesy runner for him, would eventually score. Here's a high fly ball, center field. Drifting over towards left center field is Lundmark. The center fielder's there. He makes the catch, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Parker. Nothing across for Valley City State in the 3rd. We go to the 4th. It's Mayville State 9, Valley City State 3. This is Viking Baseball on VCSUVikings.com, live on YouTube.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 3rd, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
Diesel Goya. What's that? Diesel Goya in center field for Dagan.
This is on center.
He was on deck. Yeah. Yep, Diesel Goya.
No, he's going to the bullpen. We don't have a center fielder right now.
Must be grabbing something.
Oh, he's getting his glasses.
Here, catcher out playing center field for the Vikings, number 5, Diesel Goya.
So Diesel Goyle now will go out into center field defensively for Dagan Morcom. And Conway, Denton, and McQueen will face the Viking right-hander, Jacob Marks. From the top of the 4th inning, Comets leading at 9-3. In 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Comets. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Valley City State. Comets 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and 4 in the 3rd.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Comets, the third baseman, number 29, Kevin Conway.
So Kevin Conway to lead things off here for Mayville State in the top half of the 4th. And now Diesel Goya is out in center field defensively here for VCSU. And the right-hander kicks, delivers. Swung on a high pop-up. Infield, right side. First baseman Velasco makes the play. One pitch, one out, one away. Brings up Jalen Denton.
The left fielder, number 14, Jalen Denton.
Denton is hit into a double play, singled, RBI, scored a run. 1 for 2. And the pitch skips to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. On the left end, hitting Jalen Denton. And Marks delivers. Down and in, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Marks, in his first full inning of work, delivers low and inside, ball 3, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes on Denton, with McQueen on deck. Here comes a 3-0 pitch. There's a strike called, 3-1. Vikings will host Dakota Wesleyan here Monday night at 5:30 before heading to Dickinson State to wrap up the regular season next week. There's a grounder foul down the first base line. The count now full, 3-2 on Denton. And then Dickinson will also be the site of the conference baseball tournament. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Pfister, left side, little bloop. Shortstop, Logan makes the nice running catch in short left field. So there's 2 away. That'll bring up Jack McQueen.
The second baseman, number 5, Jack McQueen.
McQueen has struck out, singled and scored. So Mark's looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. First one for the Vikings. And the pitch, strike called, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch bends him out of the way, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Takeo Cookson, he only had 1-2-3 inning in the first game, too. There's a little loop down the right field line. That is a fair ball. And big turn at first base for McQueen, his second hit of the game. A little blooper down the right field line. That'll bring up the catcher, Riley Rankin.
The catcher, number 22, Riley Rankin.
Hit number 10 for the Comets. Rankin is grounded out, walked, and his courtesy runner Kirkup scored. The whole step in here, throw over to first, diving back in is McQueen. Jacob Marks, third pitcher used here by Coach DeMaria. And the pitch swung on a high pop-up. Short left field, Logan out. Coming in Ramirez, and Hunter Logan, the shortstop, makes the play, and that will retire the side. In the fourth, no runs for the Comets. 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's Mayville State 9, Valley City State 3. This is Viking Baseball, live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the fourth, no runs, 1 hit. No Viking errors, and 1 runner left on base. leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Vikings, the center fielder, number 5, Diesel Goya.
So Diesel Goya will come in as he came in defensively in the top half of the inning. Now he'll bat. Morecambe struck out in his only at-bat back in the second inning. And now Goya will step in to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Vikings trailing 9-3. Takes the pitch low and away, ball 1. Goya 0 for 3 in game 1. A right-handed batter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here's a line drive, base hit, left field. Should be for extra bases. Goya hustling around first on his way to second, and he'll pull in there with a leadoff double. So Hunter Goya with the leadoff double to start things here in the fourth.
The third baseman, number 6, Jaden Babiak.
And now Jaden Babiak, 1 for 2, doubled in the first and scored, grounded out in the second. He's due. The senior will step in here with Goya the runner at second. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth. Vikings trailing at 9-3. That double for Goya, hit number 3 for Valley City State. And here's the right-hander pitch, Parker. Ground ball right towards short. Grab by the second base, McQueen on the shortstop by his side of second. That'll be an infield hit for Babiak. McQueen cut in front of the shortstop on the shortstop side of the bag, made the play, but is thrown out in time. Babiak beats it out. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Justin Rogers.
The second baseman, number 45, Justin Rogers.
Rogers has struck out, walked, scored. Well, Vikings got something cooking here in the bottom of the fourth inning with runners at the corners and nobody out. Here's the pitch. Rogers swings and fouls it off. Count no balls and 1 strike. On the left-handed hitting, Justin Rogers. And the pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson Parker looks in for the sign. The right-hander working here against Rogers. Delivers. Down and in. Ball 2, 2-1. Mayville State bullpen is quiet. Viking bullpen also inactive right now. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. 9-3 Comets. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left. On the grassy knoll off to our left. So the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rogers. Judson Selascar waiting on deck. Vikings batting here in the bottom of the fourth inning, down 6. And the pitch. In the dirt, Babiak going to make a break for second, and he's going to make it. So Babiak will reach second on the wild pitch. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count here on Rogers. Goya was coming off third just in case Rankin decided to try to throw to second. I think Goya was going to make a break for it for home. But now runners at second and third. And a 3-2 pitch coming here to Justin Rogers. He swings and skies another one fouled off to the left. Rogers battling here. Runners at second and third. No out. Bottom of the fourth. Vikings trailing at 9-3. Time called by Rogers. Steps out. And Jackson Parker now looks in for the sign, and the right-hander has what he wants. Brings the glove into the ball, and the ball into the glove, and the pitch low, ball 4. So Rogers, good at-bat there, draws the free pass. That loads him up for Judson Selascar.
The designated hitter, number 22, Judson Selascar.
So Seliskar in a big opportunity here. He has walked and doubled, drove in 2 runs with a double in the second. He's got a teammate at every base. So Seliskar will step in here with Jackson Parker. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And Parker ready to work, kicks, delivers. Seliskar swings and grounds it foul. Wide of first base coach Brooks Brown. 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike on the Viking DH. Jackson Parker has the sign that he wants. Runners leading at every base, the pitch. And it hit him. Seliskar is hit by a pitch. That's going to be an RBI. His 3rd of the game. To 3rd goes Babick. To 2nd goes Rogers. Goya comes in to score to make it 9-4. And it brings up Alexis Velasco.
The first baseman, number 8, Alexis Velasco.
Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Vikings now down 9-4. And the pitch by Parker. Here's a pop-up. Foul territory and out of play. Off to our right. No balls and 1 strike. On Alexis Velasco. Popped out, hit by a pitch, swing, and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now some activity going on in the Comet bullpen. Jackson Parker has his sign, and the right-hander kicks, delivers. Another pop foul, not a play. I believe that's Ben Dawson down in the bullpen for the Comets right now. Big left-hander. Parker here, behind or ahead, 0-2. Low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Working against Velasco with a Viking at every base. 1 run across, nobody out. Here in the home half of the 4th inning. Jackson has his sign. The right-hander comes to the set. And the pitch. There's a little looper under right center. Left center field's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run in. Rogers around 3rd. He's going to get waved in. He will score, and it's 9-6 with the tying run coming to the plate. A 2-run single for Alexis Velasco. And that is going to bring Billy Tomlin out of the first base dugout. And I think we're going to have a pitching change now for Mayville State. There'll be runners at 1st and 2nd. Still nobody out. Here in the bottom half of inning number 4, Vikings now trailing 9-6. And the new pitcher, I believe, is the left-hander Ben Dawson. Now into pitch here for Mayville State. So the Vikings with 3 runs across, 2 runners still on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Trailing now 9-6. That hit was hit number 5 for VCSU. So again, Ben Dawson is the new pitcher here for the Comets. Dawson, the big 6'5" junior left-hander out of Fargo, from Fargo South High School. And he'll come in here in a tough situation with Brady Papineau due up. Celiscar's the runner at second. Velasco's the runner at first.
Now pitching for the Comets, number 15, Ben Dawson. The right fielder, number 17, Brady Papineau.
So Brady Papineau to the plate. And a big opportunity here. He represents the tying run. Still nobody out here for the Vikings in the bottom of the fourth inning. Dawson, the left-hander, showing bunt. Ooh, bunts it defensively down the line and foul. That one was up and in, and somehow Papineau got his bat on it. It went down the first base line and foul. 0-1. No balls and one strike. Papineau today has walked and flied out in this second game. And the pitch. Again shows bunt. Bunts it in the air. And up on the netting, back behind home plate. So now it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. I'm guessing the bunt may be taken off here. With an 0-2 count on Papineau. And the pitch. He swings away and lines it into left field, a base hit. That'll be station to station. Everybody moves up 90 feet. That'll load him up for Christian Ramirez.
The left fielder, number 44, Christian Ramirez.
So after 2 failed bunt attempts, Papineau swings away and he singles to left. And that loads him up for Ramirez. Christian has walked in line to center field. And now represents the lead run here in the fourth. The pitch. Strike call just above the knees, 0-1. No balls. 1 strike here on Ramirez. Celiscar's at third. Velasco's at second. Papineau's at first, and the pitch. Swung on line drive. Base hit down the line in right field. Here's 1 run in. Velasco around third. He's going to score. They're waving Papineau around third. Ramirez on his way to third. It's a bases clearing triple. We're tied at 9. Christian Ramirez goes opposite field right down the line and clears the bases, ends up on third base. And now Coach Billy Tomlin, he's going to go out and have a word with the home plate umpire as his catcher, Rankin, took a spill at home plate. And they're thinking maybe he got tripped up by the base runner. And Tomlin is not happy right now. But we are tied 9-9. It is a 6-run bottom of the fourth inning for the Vikings. And after the conversation, Hunter Logan will step in. The shortstop, number 21.
Hunter Logan.
So now Hunter Logan with the lead run at third in Christian Ramirez. So the senior comes up big with a 3-run triple on Senior Day. Now Logan will step in. He is flied out and popped out. Here's the pitch. Locked by Dawson, swing and a miss, 0-1. The big left-hander, 6'5", Ben Dawson, all arms and legs. No balls and 1 strike to Logan. Infield up all the way around the pitch. Way outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Five hits in the inning. And the pitch. Down and in, ball 2, 2-1. Blake Portalski waiting on deck here for the Vikings. Dawson sets the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting, Hunter Logan. The lefty Dawson delivers. Swing and foul off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez takes his lead off third. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Dawson gets Logan. That is the first out here in the 4th inning.
The catcher, number 25, Blake Portalski.
So Portalski will step to the plate with a runner at third base. And now 1 out. Infield up all the way around still. And Portalski takes the pitch low for a ball. Blake has walked and flied out. With 1 out, infield up all the way around still. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 runs across here for VCSU, 5 hits. And the pitch, showing bunt. It's a suicide squeeze. It's going to be a great bunt. Run's going to score. The throw to first, not in time. It's off the bag. Everybody's safe, and the Vikings take a 10-9 lead. Beautiful bunt there by Portalski to bring in Ramirez on the suicide squeeze. And now it'll bring up Goya, who started this inning.
Your attention, now running at first base for the Vikings, number 26, Merrick Junker. At the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Diesel Goya.
A beautiful bunt there by Portalski. And the throw was on the second base side of the bag. There's a bunt foul by Goya, 0-1. The second baseman, McQueen, had to come way off the bag to keep it from going into right field. It's now 10-9 Vikings. And the pitch. Goya swings and fouls it down the left field line and well out of play. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Goya. Junker, the courtesy runner, takes his lead off first. And the pitch. There's a ground ball fouled on the third base line. A 7 spot here in the bottom of the 4th for VCSU. On 5 base hits. Actually, yeah, it's 5 base hits. And an error on the pitcher on that throw. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And for first base occupied, Goya is out swinging. That is out number 2. We head to the top of the order, and Jaden Babiak.
The third baseman, number 6, Jaden Babiak.
So with 2 outs now, runner at first. And the pitch by Dawson. Babiak takes a strike of the knees, 0-1. Jaden has doubled, grounded out, singled, and scored earlier this inning. 2 for 3. He has scored twice. Everybody in the Viking lineup has scored at least once, with the exception of Hunter Logan. That pitch misses for ball, 1 strike. One and one the count here on Jaden Babiak. Junker, the courtesy runner, takes his lead off first. Dawson delivers. Lefty against lefty. Strike called. 1-2. Jaden not in agreement with the call. Takes a quick stroll out of the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Viking third baseman. And the runner goes. The pitch swung on, a grounder to the right side. That's going to be a base hit. Around second is Junker on his way to third. The second baseman, McQueen, was going over to second base to cover the bag with the runner on the move. And a perfectly placed tap there by Babiak. So that'll be an infield hit. Runners at the corners for Justin Rogers.
The second baseman, number 45, Justin Rogers.
That is hit number 8 for VCSU. Rogers, the 12th man to bat in the inning here for the Vikings. And Dawson delivers. Strike called on the outside half, 0-1. A big inning here for VCSU. A lucky 7 so far. Runners at the corners and 2 out. Runner goes, the pitch, low for a ball. That'll be a stolen base for Babiak. That is his 9th stolen base of the year. So he and Goya are tied again. And there's the siren, and we know what happens here. That's 5 minutes of this loud siren. And so everybody's going to probably just stop here as this happens. This happened during a Legion game last year. And it's about a 3-4 minute loud siren. That means there's an accident or something in the area, and fire and police are on their way to a location somewhere. And the siren is just up the hill here next to the ballpark, so it's rather loud. And I think that's what Alec Demary was just letting the home plate umpire know what it was. And now the home plate umpire, Craig Peterson, letting Billy Tomlin know what's going on. So there'll be a delay here as they let the siren play out, because you can't really hear, fielders can't hear themselves. You really can't hear the umpire. So whatever, they're going to say go ahead and play. I think that was the conversation, said you can either wait until it is done or go ahead and play, and Billy said let's do it. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here on Justin Rogers. I'll try to talk over that. Dawson delivers. Check swing, low, ball 2, 2-1. Goya, the runner, Junker, the runner at third. Babiak is the runner at second. And the pitch, way outside, ball 3, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike on Rogers. And the left-hander, Dawson, comes to the set. Here's the pitch. Strike called, 3-2. Coach Tomlin thought it was ball 4. He came out of the dugout. He was going to go talk to his pitcher, but it was a strike, so he went back in. 3-2 the count, 2 outs here. Rogers at the plate, runners at second and third here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitch, swung on pop, left field. Coming in, going out, shortstop gives way to the left fielder, Denton, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. For the Vikings, they played 7 runs, and gets 6 base hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. 4 complete. It's Valley City State 10, Mayville State 9. We're back with more Viking baseball here from Charlie Brown Field at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 4th inning, 7 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 common error and 2 runners left on base.
So what's this discussion now?
They're pissed about playing through that, I think.
Well, what do you want to wait 5 minutes? We can wait 5 minutes. Jesus. Mayville. This is how we do it in Valley City. The siren goes off, you play. There was a conversation there. There is conversations going on between umpires and coaches. I think Mayville maybe did not want to continue the game until the siren was done. But they would have had to wait an extra minute or two, and turned out it didn't matter. Fly ball, Denton caught, inning over. Vikings plate 7 in that inning. We go to the top of the 5th inning. And Quinn Pershing will lead things off here. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters coming up here to face Jacob Marks. Now has been given a 1-run lead. Marks, who threw up a goose egg in the 4th inning. And now we go to the top of the 5th. Again, this game scheduled for 9. Vikings win game 1, 6-2. Behind a strong pitching performance at Takeo Cookson. A complete game, 4-hitter, 11 strikeouts, did walk 3, threw about 116 pitches.
Leading off the top half of the 5th inning for the Comets, the first baseman, number 10, Quinn Pershing.
So Quinn Pershing will step in and lead things off here for Mayville State. In the top of the 5th inning, Pershing has walked and had a sacrifice bunt. He has scored a run. And he takes a pitch for a strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the left-hand hitting, Quinn Pershing. Fastball swung on and fouled on the left field line. Over by the clubhouse, and the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Pershing. And here's the pitch by Marks. Way high and wide, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Marks looks over the top of his glove as he gets his sign, sets, delivers 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blake Portalski, the catcher. Chabot getting the game off. He'd caught the first 3 games of the series. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Short center. Goya on the move, and it's going to drop in the Bermuda Triangle between the center fielder, second baseman, and shortstop. The bloop single for Pershing. Hit number 11 for the Comets, so to bring up Tony Villarreal.
The shortstop, number 1, Tony Villarreal.
Villarreal has walked and singled, scored a run. That single drove in 2 in the 4-run 3rd inning. So, while runner at first base is Pershing. And nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Marks delivers. Way outside, throw it on to first base, runner back in. Pitch was outside for ball one. Bertolski tried to throw behind the runner, but Pershing was back in. 1-0 the count. And the right-hander kicks in, delivers. Again, shows bunt. Nice block there by Blake behind the plate. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Villarreal has shown bunt the first 2 pitches. Shows bunt again and takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Tony Villarreal. Marks, sets, delivers, 2-1. Inside corner at the knees for a strike 2, 2-2. Villarreal with the look. And now the throw to first. Ooh, he had him leaning. They got him. Nice pickoff move there by Marks, and they pick off Pershing. 1-3 for out number 1. Second Comet that's been picked off today. Cookson picked off a runner back in game 1. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count here on Villarreal. And the right-hander delivers. Check swing low, ball 3, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on here in the 5th, and the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Villarreal draws the walk. Second time he is walked. That'll bring up Chris Shotbell.
The right fielder, number 9, Chris Shotbell.
Shotbell's been hit by pitch, doubled and flied out. 1 for 2 with a run scored. And an RBI. Villarreal takes his lead off first. And the pitch. Shotbell swings and fouls it off. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Chris Shotbell. And the runner goes. The pitch is high for a ball. The throw down to second is going to go into center field. And Villarreal is on his feet. He's on his way to third. Here's the throw. Not in time. It was a little bit of a high throw. Babiak says he got the tag down. Umpire says no, he didn't. So Villarreal will get a stolen base. And it'll be an error on the throw to get him down to third. And Coach Maria comes out and has a quick chat. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Shotbell. That was a great throw by Goya from center field. And a quick slap tag there by Babiak, but not in time. Villarreal takes his lead off third. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. There's a strike called, not 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Shotbell. Infield up all the way around here. The tying run at third base for the Comets. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chris Shotbell. Right-hander comes to the set. The 2-2 pitch. Hit him. Shotbell hit by a pitch. And they're going to say hit the bat. Now home plate umpire Craig Peterson is going to get. He's going to go down and get a chat from the base umpires. Vikings said it hit the bat. Umpires are going to get together. So they are chatting. If that one hit the bat, boy, you're going to have one dugout come unglued no matter what the call is going to be. And they're going to say hit batter. So Shotbell is on by a hit by pitch. Second time he's been hit. Runners at the corners. And now Coach DeMario wants an explanation. So Coach Demarion having a conversation with home plate umpire Craig Peterson. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. Comets, runners at the corners, 1 out. Vikings leading at 10-9. Demarion definitely not happy with the decision, but he's going to have to live with it. That'll bring up Carson Lundmark.
The center fielder, number 7, Carson Lundmark.
Lundmark with a 2-run homer, a single, and a double. He's a triple away from the cycle. Let's hope he doesn't get it. 3 for 3 with 3 RBI today and a run scored. Runners off first and second, or off first and third. And the pitch is high strike, crosses the letters, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Carson Lundmark. Sent by the right-hander Jacob Marks. The pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out here in the 5th. We're only halfway through this one. Been a dandy so far. Pitch low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Comets got 3 in the first. Vikings got a run back in the bottom half. Vikings went up 5-1 in the top of the second. Vikings made it 5-3. And the pitch just misses outside. Runner to second. Bluff throw by Portalski, and he holds on to it. So the delayed steal for Shopbell. He's down at second, and a 2-2 count on Lundmark. And the Comets plated 4 in the top of the third, led 9-3. And it stayed that way till the Vikings got 7 in the bottom half of the 4th. And now the Comets threatening with runners at second and third. 1 out, 2-2 count here on Lundmark. Infield up all the way around for the Vikings. The pitch, high, 3-2. Probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you walk him and load the bases and get that force play back on line. Cam Goff, the designated hitter, waiting on deck for the Comets. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. I'll take that, too. That is out number 2. That's the first strikeout for Marks. That'll bring up Cameron Goff.
The designated hitter, number 2, Cameron Goff.
Goff's been hit by a pitch, hit into a double play, flied out, 0 for 2 with a run scored. So Marks now with runners at second and third and 2 away. Comes to the set. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Cameron Goff. Villarreal leads at third. Shopville leads off second. The pitch inside, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes here on Goff. And the pitch, high, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes on Goff. Kevin Conway is on deck. And the 3-0 pitch. There's a strike. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on here in the 5th. Vikings leading at 10-9. And the pitch, way outside, ball 4. So Goff gets the walk, and that loads him up for Kevin Conway.
Attention now, running at first base, number 24, Avery Kirka. The third baseman, number 29, Kevin Conway.
Conway is singled, doubled, and popped out. Big situation here with the bases loaded. And 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch, fastball high. Mark's really now almost overthrowing a little bit. Missing upstairs in the zone. activity in the Viking bullpen. 1-0 pitch. Low, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. And that's going to bring Cam Pitts, assistant coach, out. And he will chat with the battery here. With runners at every base for for Mayville State. And a 2-ball, no-strike count on the hitter, Kevin Conway. Well, your team just got 7 runs in the bottom half of the 4th to take the lead. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is not only give up the lead, but have a long inning. The inning started with a base hit by Pershing. He was picked off first by Marks. Villarreal walked, stole second, went to third on an errant throw. Shopbell was hit by a pitch. He stole second. Lundmark struck out, and now Goff walked. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes here on Conway. Marks has his sign, the 3-0 pitch. There's a strike called, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Marks working quickly, delivers. In the dirt, ball 4. So Conway gets an RBI on the walk. Villarreal will come in to score to tie the game at 10. To third goes Shopbell. Down to second goes Goff.
Outfielder number 14, Jalen Denton.
And now Jalen Denton will step in, but will probably face a different pitcher as Coach DeMaria will come out of the third base dugout, and we will have a pitching change. And I'll let you know who's coming in here for the Vikings. We are tied 10-10, 2 outs, bases loaded here in the top half of the 5th inning. This is Viking Baseball on VCSUVikings.com. Yep. Well, yeah. Yep, it is.
Your attention now pitching for the Vikings, number 13, Harrison Metz.
Well, another one of those seniors. Harrison Metz now will come in with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Game tied 10-10 here in the top of the 5th inning. A run across here for the Comets, I think, would be an earned run. Do have the error on the stolen base by Villarreal, but with the hit batter and back-to-back walks, he would have scored regardless. 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error on the Comets. 10 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Vikings.
The left fielder, number 14, Jalen Denton.
So now Jalen Denton to the plate. He is hit into a double play, singled in a run, and popped out. 1 for 2 with the runs, or 1 for 3 with the RBI and a run scored. Metz delivers. Check swing, low and inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's out of Homer, Alaska. Not the best name for a pitcher, as far as a hometown to be from. 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball there, and Denton couldn't catch up to it. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the left-handed hitting, Jalen Denton. Here's the pitch. He pops it up, foul. Not a play, back behind home plate. 1-2. Shop Bell's at third. Goff is at second. Conway's at first. 1 run across here with only 1 hit, but that base runner was already erased. These all base runners have been on walks and hit batter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on fly ball, short center. Oh, that's going to be a tough play, but no, going out and making a nice running catch to second baseman Justin Rogers in short center field to retire the side. But the Comets plate 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error and 3 left. At their 4.5 innings, it's Valley City State 10, Mayville State 10. This is Viking Baseball live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the 5th, 1 run on 1 hit. 1 Viking error and 3 runners left on base.
What's that? 36. Pitching? Yep. Okay, thank you. Second baseman. He was already out there. Yep. But we got 36 pitching. Isaac Mata.
Your attention now, pitching for the Comets, number 36, Isaac Mata.
So Isaac Mata now in the pitch here for Mayville State. And he'll face the heart of the Viking order, the 3, 4, and 5 batters, Celiscar, Velasco, and Papineau in the home half of the 5th inning. Game tied 10-10. Well, just like yesterday in the first game, low scoring, good pitching, good D. Game 2, the offenses came out. And we're still only halfway through this one. So Mata, now the 4th pitcher to be used here for Mayville State. And he'll face Judson Celiscar to lead things off.
The designated hitter, number 22, Judson Celiscar.
Celiscar coming in. He has walked, doubled, hit by a pitch, got a couple of RBI, a run scored. Celiscar, left-handed batter. And he will face Mata here to start things in the bottom of the 5th. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Judish started and did not get out of the first inning for Mayville State. And here comes the 1-0 pitch by the right-hander. Outside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 on Judson Celiscar. And the pitch. He swings and skies one high, deep into left center field, way back, and on the run, making the, nope, it's at the bottom, hits the base of the fence. It went off the glove on Denton. A high and deep double by Judson Celiscar. And that'll bring up Alexis Velasco.
the first baseman, number 8, Alexis Velasco.
Boy, that one looked like it had the distance, but just died out there and hit the fence. Might even have gone off the glove of Denton, the left fielder. Hit number 9 for the Vikings. So now Seliskar is the runner at second. And Velasco to the plate. And set by Mata. And the pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Alexis Velasco, swings and fouls it off. And the count 0-2. Mata's the 5th pitcher used today by Coach Tomlin. No balls and 2 strikes. And the right-hander delivers. Swung on a pop-up in the infield. Right in front of home plate. Who wants it? The pitcher makes the play. Mata comes off the mound and makes the catch. That's out number 1. That'll bring up Brady Papineau.
The right fielder, number 17, Brady Papineau.
Well, Bert Blyleven says pitchers are the best athletes on the team, so he didn't need any help with that. So runner still at second, 1 out now for Papineau, who is walked, lined out, and tripled. Takes a pitch high and wide, ball 1. Marshall Judish started. Brady Robinson, Jackson Parker, Ben Dawson, and now Isaac Mata on the mound here for the Comets. Mata, the right-hander, sets as the 1-0 count. And the pitch. Misses wide, ball 2, 2-0. Mata out of San Antonio, Texas, via Northland Community College. 2 balls and no strikes. And the right-hander with the slide step delivers. Chop foul over by the first base dugout. So the count 2-1 on Papineau. Seliskar, the leadoff doubles at second. 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th, game tied at 10. Mata delivers. Swung on, fly ball, center field. Over and in Lundmark. Sets himself up, makes the catch. Seliskar will stay at second. 2 away for Christian Ramirez.
The left fielder, number 44, Christian Ramirez.
Ramirez is walked, lined out, and actually Papineau had walked, flied out, and single, but Ramirez had the big hit, the bases clearing 3-run triple in that 7-run 4th inning. And now another RBI situation here for the senior with a runner at second base and 2 out. Low, ball 1. Ramirez, the right-handed batter of Littleton, Colorado. Mata gets his sign from Rankin. Looks Seliskar to second, the pitch. There's a strike called inside corner, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time called, and I think something is going on at home. The base umpire looking into the third base dugout, occupied by the Vikings. A warning possibly given. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike on Ramirez. Celiscar takes his lead off second. 1-1 the count here on Ramirez. And Mata delivers. Curve swung on. There's a high fly ball deep to left field. Back going Denton to the wall. Gone! The senior Christian Ramirez, a 2-run homer. And the Vikings take the lead back at 12-10. Home run number 2 of the season for Ramirez. And the Vikings take the lead back, now leading at 12-10.
The shortstop, number 21, Hunter Logan.
Now Hunter Logan, he is flied out, popped out, and struck out. 0 for 3. He is the lone Viking in the starting lineup that has not gotten in or gotten on base or scored. So he's due. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. That's hit number 10 for the Vikings. No balls and 1 strike on Logan. And the pitch. Low and away, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mata working from the windup now. Kicks and delivers, 1-1. Low, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Hunter Logan. Blake Portalski waiting on deck just in case Logan can extend the inning. 2-1 the count. Mata kicks and delivers. Swung on, there's a fly ball hit into short left field. Denton coming in. He's there, and the left fielder Denton makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Vikings get 2 on the 2-run homer by Ramirez. 2 runs on a couple of base hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 5 complete. Your new score, it's Valley City State 12, Mayville State 10. This is Viking Baseball, live on VCSUVikings.com on YouTube.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs on 2 hits. No common errors and nobody left on base.
Who?
49, is that Ship?
That is, yep. Yep. Leading off the top of the 6th for the Comets, the second baseman, number 5, Jack McQueen. Well, Jack McQueen will lead things off here for Mayville State in the top of the 6th inning, now trailing 12-10. Grady Shipman is warming up down in the Viking bullpen right now. The Carrington freshman. Harrison Metz in his first full inning of relief. Delivers, pop up down the right field line, foul territory. Velasco over, falls down, and can't make the play. So it's just a strike, 0-1 on McQueen, who was struck out, singled twice, scored once. Here in the top half of inning number 6. We've had runs in every inning. Comets 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fifth. Vikings 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 7 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. And Metz delivers. Ground ball to third. Nice short hop there by Babiak. Jaden throws across the diamond for the out. 5-3 on the putout, 1 away. And to bring up the catcher, Riley Rankin.
The catcher, number 22, Riley Rankin.
He is grounded out, walked and popped out. So 1 away. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. Bunt shown by Rankin, and he takes it low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Number 22, Riley Rankin. Left-hander out of Crosby, Texas. Takes a fastball up and in. Came through from Iowa Wesleyan. Down to Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Division III school. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Over for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Rankin. And Metz delivers. Inside corner, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Metz working from the set, nobody on, 1 out. Here in the top half of the 6th inning. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. Yeah, and scoots past and gets away from Pertalski, rolls over to the third base dugout. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Metz with that ball behind his back, now brings it into the glove. The 3-2 pitch, swung on, pop up, and this is going to spin out of play, off to the left. So the count continues, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Riley Rankin. Get into that time of day when the left side of the infield and the left fielder looking right into that sun. High sky here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Metz. That is out number 2, and it brings up Quinn Pershing.
The first baseman, number 10, Quinn Pershing.
Pershing 1 for 1. He's walked, sacrifice bunt, and singled. And then it was picked off first back in the 5th inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. On the left hand hitting Quinn Pershing. And the pitch. Takes it at the knees for a strike. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Metz delivers 0-2. Up and in, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Viking pitching looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of this game and second in the doubleheader. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Grab by Potolsky, and he'll throw it on to first base for the out. 2-3 on the putout. And there's your first 1-2-3 inning for VCSU. Nothing across for the Comets. We head to the bottom of the sixth. It's Valley City State 12, Mayville State 10. This is VCSU Viking Baseball live on YouTube at VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the sixth, no runs, no hits, no Viking errors, and nobody left on base.
What's that? Oh, Big J. Big J. Yep.
Your attention, now batting, number 19, Jay Gruel.
So another pinch hitter as I think all the seniors have gotten in today, and matter of fact, most of them have made some major contributions to the game today, as a matter of fact. Jay Gruel will step in. He's batting for Pertalski. Pertalski walked, flied out, and reached on an error, 0 for 2. So Jay Gruel, the lefty from Glendon, the senior, will step in and face Isaac Mata in his second inning of work. The curve in for a strike, 0-1. Get Mata, the fifth pitcher used today by Mayville State. Marshall Judas started and did not get out of the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And did it hit him? It did. So Jay takes one for the team. He's on at first. It'll bring up Diesel Goya, but Jay's going to be lifted for a pinch runner. That Junker, it is.
Your attention, now running at first base, number 26, Merrick Junker. At the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Diesel Goya.
So Diesel Goya will step in. Goya doubled, and he struck out, scored a run, and actually scored a run as a pinch runner earlier in the game, too. And the strike called, 0-1. No balls and one strike. Diesel Goya batting with the runner at first, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Vikings leading at 12-10. And a throw to first. Junker back in. No balls and one strike. Is sent by Mata. And bunt shown by Goya, and bunts it foul. And it's no balls and two strikes. Looks like Khalil Tilbury is the only senior that we recognize between games that has not gotten in. And, of course, Hunter Magnuson pitched yesterday. Throw to first, and again back in is Merrick. No balls and two strikes here on Goya. Junker, the courtesy runner, down at first. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. And the pitch. Here's a fly ball hit into left center field. Lundmark gives way to Denton. The center field, he dropped the ball. The left fielder, Denton, dropped the ball. To throw to second is way off target, and everybody's safe. That'll be an error on the left fielder. Jalen Denton puts runners at first and second for Jaden Babiak, but not before. We have a mound visit for Mayville State. There was a little flare into short left center field. Mata was gonna give the ball to his manager, and he said, "No, go back." So he gets him back on the mound. And it was a sliding catch attempt made by Denton and couldn't squeeze it. It popped out of his mitt. That's a second error charge to Mayville State. Now Mata will get the ball and head to the dugout. So a pitching change here for the Comets with nobody out. Runners at first and second. Valley City State batting here in the bottom of the sixth inning, leading 12-10. And the new pitcher is Daniel Hernandez, the sixth pitcher used today for Mayville State.
Your attention now, pitching for the Comets, number 28, Daniel Hernandez.
So the second lefty used today for the Comets. It'll be lefty on lefty. Jaden Babiak will be the first batter that he faces. Well, Vikings softball, they defeated Dickinson State in the first game today, 5-3. And game two still going. That's going on out in Dickinson. Right now, Dickinson State leads that one 4-0. That game's in the bottom of the fourth inning. So again, the Viking softball team winning 5-3. And they're trailing Dickinson State in the bottom of the fourth, 4-0 in game two. They'll play two more on Monday. Next week, on Friday, Viking softball will have their final home games of the season. They'll play two games with Mayville State Friday here in Valley City, and then Saturday go to Mayville for the rest of the series.
The third baseman, number 6, Jaden Babiak.
So Jaden Babiak will bat with runners at first and second. The Vikings batting here in the sixth inning, leading at 12-10, looking to add to their lead because no lead has been safe in this one. Jaden today has doubled, grounded out, singled twice, 3 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. And the pitch shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike, 0-1. And all the starters have reached base except one. Everybody has scored at least one. Goya scored as a courtesy runner and then as a regular runner. And the 0-1 pitch again. Babiak bunts it. Third base side. Grabbed by Hernandez. Throw to third. Out there. So they force Junker 1-5 for out number 1. On the fielder's choice, Goya goes to second, and they'll bring up Justin Rogers.
The second baseman, number 45, Justin Rogers.
Rogers 0 for 2, but he has walked twice, scored twice. And they came in on that triple by Ramirez. And the pitch. Justin checks his swing. Strike called. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the left hand hitting Justin Rogers. Set by Hernandez. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, little flare into short left field. That's going to be a tough one, and it'll drop in, and everybody's safe. A little looping single by Rogers. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Babiak to second, down to third Goya, and it'll bring up Judson Seliskar.
The designated hitter, number 22, Judson Seliskar.
Seliskar with 2 doubles, 3 RBI, 2 runs scored today. Hits now even at 11 apiece. Vikings with a runner at every base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Set by Hernandez, and the lefty delivers. Low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 the count here on Seliskar. And the left-hander, Hernandez, comes to the set. And the pitch. Curve. Slaps it just above the, below the letters for a strike. Nothing in 1. Or 1 and 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count here on Seliskar. And he grounds it right back through the middle into center field, a base hit. 1 run in. And it'll be 2 runs will score. And it's now 14-10 Vikings on a 2-run single by Judson Seliskar. He's got 5 RBI today. Rogers stops at second. Babiak comes in to score. Goya comes in to score. And now it's Velasco.
The first baseman, number 8, Alexis Velasco.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Vikings now leading at 14-10. And Hernandez delivers. Swung on. Here's a high fly ball center field. Lundmark's got a beat on it. Into short left center field. He'll make the catch. That is out number 2. And he'll bring up Brady Papineau.
The right fielder, number 17, Brady Papineau.
Velasco, prior to that at-bat, was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Papineau's 1 for 3. He has scored a run. Singleton scored in the 4th, walked in the 1st. So runners at first and second, 2 outs here for the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th, leading 14-10. There's a grounder hit to the left side, grabbed at third base, and a throw in time for the out. Play made there by Conway. That'll retire the side, 5-3. But the Vikings get 2 more runs on a couple of base hits. There was an error, and 2 runners left on base. We are through 6 complete. It's Valley City State 14, Mayville State 10. We're back with more Viking baseball from the Charlie Brown Field on VCSUVikings.com.
For the Vikings in the 6th, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 common error, and 2 runners left on base.
And we head to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters coming up here for Mayville State. Braden Fair is warming up in the Comet bullpen. Grady Shipman was warming up in the Viking bullpen.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Comets, shortstop number 1, Tony Villarreal.
So Villarreal will lead things off. He has walked twice, sandwiched around a 2-run single in the 3rd, scored a couple of runs. And he'll lead things off here against Harrison Metz in the top of the 7th inning. Vikings leading at 14-10. Here's a fly ball right field. Papineau back first, now comes in, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
The right fielder, number 9, Chris Shopbell.
Now Chris Shopbell, he has walked or been hit twice. Also had an RBI double and a fly out. 1 for 2 with a run scored. And we'll step in here with 1 out, nobody on. In the top of the 7th. And Metz delivers. Curve misses inside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. One ball, one strike on Shopbell with Carson Lundmark on deck. As is a Comets bat here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-1 pitch. Here's a grounder left side. Babic can't make the play and rolls away, and Shopbell will reach. That'll bring up Carson Lundmark.
The center fielder, number 7, Carson Lundmark.
That'll be the second error on the Vikings. Almost looked like Babic stumbled a little bit. Couldn't come up with it cleanly. So runner at first, 1 out for Lundmark. Had a 2-run homer in the first, RBI single in the second, doubled in the third, and struck out 3 for 4. And takes the pitch low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the left-handed hitting Carson Lundmark. Set by Metz. Runner goes, the pitch inside, and Podolsky couldn't get the throw off, so stolen base for Shopbell, his second of the game. And it's a 2-ball, no-strike count. That was up and in, spun Lundmark out of the way, and Podolsky couldn't really get a throw off because the batter was somewhat in his way. So the 2-0 pitch, Metz checks the runner at second and delivers. High and wide, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. On the left end hitting Lundmark. Metz delivers. And that is ball 4. So Lundmark will get the walk. Runners at first and second for Cameron Goff.
The designated hitter, number 2, Cameron Goff.
So Goff to the plate. He has been hit by a pitch. Hit into a double play, flied out and walked 0 for 2. Scored a run back in the first inning. And Metz working now with runners at first and second. Runner goes to third. The pitch is the ball. The throw down to third base is, not in time. That was a nice throw by Podolsky. A one-hopper scooped up by Babiak, and they slapped the tag on, but they say nope. Shopbell beat it with the stolen base. So runners at second and third, and Coach Demare is not even going to come out of the dugout. So runners at second and third on the double steal. Lundmark will take second. And a 1-ball, no-strike count here. And Goff swings and pops it foul back over our heads. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Mets working here against Goff. And the pitch. In the dirt, ball gets away from Bertolski, and everybody's going to move up. Coming in to score is Shopbell. And it makes it 14-11. Lundmark goes to third on the wild pitch. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Goff. Mets, 28 pitches so far here for the right-hander. Behind the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Runner at third. Here in the top of the 7th. And the pitch. Pop-up foul, not a play, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cam Goff. Mets gets his sign and now ready to work. 2-2. And the pitch. Swinging another foul. Backing off to the right of the press box. And the count rides along. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the right hand hitting Cameron Goff. Set by Mets, the pitch. Misses outside. Bertolski trying to frame it up. So the count now full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the set by the right-hander in the pitch. Curve swung on a pop-up in the infield. Shortstop Logan has the room, and he makes the play. That is out number 2, and it'll bring up Kevin Conway.
The third baseman, number 29, Kevin Conway.
Conway is singled, doubled, popped out, walked, and that walk was a bases-loaded walk that scored a run. That was back in the 5th inning. Which tied the game at the time at 10-10. There's a strike call, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Right hitting Conway. And Mets comes to the set. Here's the pitch. Swung on a ground ball back up the middle to center field, a base hit. That'll be an RBI for Conway. As Lundmark comes across to make it 14-12. It'll bring up Jalen Denton, but he will probably face a different pitcher as Coach DeMaria out of the third base dugout. So we have a pitching change with 2 out, runner at first, 14-12 your score. We're in the top of the 7th inning. We're back with more Viking baseball here from Charlie Brown Field on VCSUVikings.com.
your attention now, pitching for the Vikings, number 49, Grady Shipman.
So the freshman from Carrington, Grady Shipman, now will get his chance, and the first batter he'll face will be Jalen Denton.
The left fielder, number 14, Jalen Denton.
Denton is hit into a double play, singled into run, popped out twice. 1 for 4 with that RBI and a run scored. And now we'll face the freshman Grady Shipman. With the runner at first base, 2 outs, 2 in here in the 7th. And a strike called, 0-1. (14-12). Vikings lead is now at 2 here in the 7th. Set by Shipman. And the pitch. Here's a high pop-up in the infield. First, second baseman Rogers circling around, and he makes the catch. Nice job by Shipman. Gets the out here, and that'll retire the side. But the Comets, they'll get 2 more runs. 1 base hit. There was a Viking error, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here at the ballpark. It's Valley City State 14, Mayville State 12. This is Viking Baseball on VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the 7th, 2 runs on 1 base hit. There was 1 Viking error, 1 runner left on base.
Somebody new at center. It was number 7. That 12. Oh, it's 14 going over to left. Okay. He's just taking the odd route to left.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Vikings, the left fielder, number 44, Christian Ramirez.
Christian Ramirez will lead things off here for Valley City State in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading 14-12. Ramirez is walked, lined out, tripled and homered. He's driven in 5 and scored twice. The pitch by Hernandez. Low, ball 1. No, Vikings have played at 3 in the top of the 5th inning in softball, trailing Dickinson State now 4-3. Again, that game is in the top of the 5th out in Dickinson. Vikings won the first game 5-3. Grounded to short, gloved by Villarreal. The throw across for the out. 6-3 on the put-out, 1 away. That'll bring up Hunter Logan.
The shortstop, number 21, Hunter Logan.
Logan looking for that first hit. 0 for 4 today. Couple of flyouts, pop out and a strikeout. So Logan will bat with 1 out, nobody on here in the home half of the 7th. And the pitch. Check the swing. It's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikings sent 12 batters to the plate in the 4th inning, scored 7, had 6 hits. The big blow at the bases clearing triple by Ramirez. The pitch misses for a ball. And that, at the time, tied the game at 9. And Ramirez came in on an error to give the Vikings a 10-9 lead. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Hunter Logan. And the pitch misses wide. 3-1. Three balls, one strike. And Hunter Logan. And the pitch. He swings and skies one left side. Villarreal, the shortstop, off in short left field, makes the catch. That's out number 2. That'll bring up the catcher, Blake Portalski.
The catcher, number 25, Blake Portalski.
Portalski walked, flied out, reached on an error, was lifted for a pinch hitter, and now re-entered. Now batting here in the 7th. Officially 0 for 2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls and one strike. Blake Portalski in the pitch. He swings in the grounder out towards short. Villarreal going to make all 3 outs here in the 7th inning. 6-3 on the putout, and that is your first 3 up and 3 down, the second 3 up and 3 down inning for Mayville State. 14-12, Vikings lead through 7. We head to the 8th. This is Viking baseball on VCSUVikings.com.
For the Vikings at the bottom of the 7, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
Chapeau. Blake? Yeah. And really threw out a runner at third, but as we head to the top of the 8th inning, Vikings leading at 14-12, 14 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Vikings, 12-12 and 2. Actually, 2 errors for the Vikings and 2 errors for the Comets. Grady Shipman now in his first full inning of relief. And right now, there is some activity in the both bullpens. I think down in the Mayville State bullpen, that is Braden Fair. It'll be Jack McQueen leading things off here for the Comets in the 8th inning.
Leading off the top of the 8th for the Comets, the second baseman, number 5, Jack McQueen.
McQueen today, 2 for 4 with a run scored. And we'll face the right-hander, the freshman Grady Shipman out of Carrington. And the right-hander wheels and deals. Pitch misses wide, ball 1. I should have been totaling them up, but I think this home plate umpire saw about 200 pitches today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count here on McQueen in the pitch by Shipman. Ooh, a nasty slider. Swung on and missed 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McQueen, Rankin, and Pershing due up here in the top of the 8th inning for the Comets, trailing 14-12. Shipman into the line, and the right-hander delivers. That off speed, misses up and in. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th, Dickinson State leading Valley City State softball 4-3. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one is low. Ball 3, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the right-handed hitting Jack McQueen. And Shipman ready to work, delivers 3-2. Check swing, ball 4. McQueen draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Riley Rankin.
The catcher, number 22, Riley Rankin.
Rankin 0 for 3 with a run scored today. Actually, Kirkup, his courtesy runner, scored in his stead in the 3rd. And he represents a tying run right now here in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch, low and inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, I was talking to the home plate umpire before the game and talking about yesterday's second game, went 3 hours and 18 minutes. He said, well, I hope we don't have a 3-hour game today. Well, he jinxed himself. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Bunt in the air, and Babiak, the third baseman, makes the play. So Rankin tried to bunt his way on, popped out to third baseman Jaden Babiak for out number 1. That'll bring up Quinn Pershing.
The first baseman, number 10, Quinn Pershing.
We just hit 3 hours and 14 minutes we are at right now. So now 1 away with a runner at first. Pershing 1 for 3 with a single. Actually 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice and a walk earlier with a run scored. And the pitch to him. He swings and fouls it off to the left. No balls and 1 strike. Vikings going for their first doubleheader sweep of the season. And split the weekend series with Mayville State. Here's the right-hander Shipman. Delivering 0-1. Swung on, another foul down the left field line and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes the count here on Pershing. Villarreal waits on deck here for the Comets as they bat here the top half of the 8th inning, trailing 14-12. Set by Shipman. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Grady. That is out number 2. That'll bring up Tony Villarreal.
The shortstop, number 6, Tony Villarreal.
If memory serves, Carrington and Grafton are in the same region, so these two guys probably faced each other a few times. Carrington, Grady Shipman from Carrington, Tony Villarreal from Grafton. Here's the pitch. Swung on, there's a fly ball, right field, shallow. Coming in is Papado over towards the line, and he makes the catch and retires his side. The leadoff walk goes by the boards. Runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Valley City State 14, Mayville State 12. This is Viking Baseball live on VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the 8th, no runs, no hits, and no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Attention, out pitching for the Comets, number 30, Braden Fair.
So Braden Fair will now come in and pitch here for the Comets. Fair, a right-hander out of Winkler, Manitoba. a 5'9" freshman, the 7th pitcher used today for Mayville State. And the Vikings will have Goya, then the top of the order with Babiak and Rogers here in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading 14-12. It'll be the top of the order coming up here for Mayville State in the 9th, so a couple insurance runs wouldn't be a bad thing here for VCSU. And what has been a very entertaining game, you've liked a lot of runs and a lot of hits. 26 runs, 24 hits, 4 errors. There's been a lot of traffic on the bases today. Hit batters, walks. And the Vikings trying to get that sweep, doubleheader sweep, split of the weekend series. And pick up their 18th win of the season. Leading off.
The bottom of the 8th inning for the Vikings, the center fielder, number 5, Diesel Goya.
So Diesel Goya will lead it off. Diesel today doubled, struck out, reached on an error, scored a couple of runs. And he actually scored 2 when he went into the lineup and scored 1 as a courtesy runner. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1. Dagan Morecambe started in center field and struck out in the 2nd inning. And then Goya came in defensively in the 3rd and at the plate in the 4th, got a double. And eventually scored. Fayer delivers. Here's a ground ball towards short. Villarreal boots, picks it up, and he's not going to get him. That's going to be an error on Villarreal. 3rd error of the game on the Comets. That'll bring up Jaden Babiak.
The third baseman, number 6, Jaden Babiak.
Jaden 3 for 5 today with 3 runs scored. 6 times through the order for VCSU. So Goya now at first, 9 stolen bases in 14 attempts. Tied for the team lead with the gentleman at the plate and Babiak. That's a strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. Jaden picked up his 9th early in this game. No balls and 1 strike to count. Jaden Babiak. And the 0-1 pitch, no, I'll throw to first. Goya back in. Both bullpens right now quiet. Though there is a little bit of activity in the Mayville State bullpen. Fair comes to the set. Throw to first. Goya back in. No balls, 1 strike to count here on Babiak. Left-handed batter. Fair comes to the set. And the runner goes. The pitch is a strike called and a stolen base by Goya, his 10th of the season. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count on Babiak. So now Goya 10 of 15 is a base stealer. Takes his lead off second. It's a set by Fair. And the pitch. High for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the Viking third baseman. Played second base in game 1, moved over to third here in game 2. Shortstop last year, catcher earlier in his career here at VCSU. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curve. Strike 3 called. Got him on the outside corner. One away. And I'll bring up Justin Rogers.
The second baseman, number 45, Justin Rogers.
Rogers, 1 for 3 today, scored a couple of runs. The senior. Left-handed batter facing the right-hander Fair. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Fair holds the ball behind his back, now brings it into the glove. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a ground ball out towards short. Villarreal charges, scoops, throws, got him. 6-3 in the putout for out number 2. Down to third base goes Goya.
The designated hitter, number 22, Judson Seliskar.
So now Judson Seliskar to the plate. He's had himself a day. 3 for 3, couple of runs scored, and 5 RBI. He's had 5. Ramirez has driven in 5. 10 of your 14 by those two gentlemen right there. A 2-run double in the second, RBI hit by pitch in the fourth, and a 2-run single in the sixth. And takes it high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Also walked, scored a couple of runs. One ball, no strikes here on Seliskar. And Fair comes to the set, and here's the pitch. In the dirt, blocked there by Rankin. Riley Rankin, he has caught all 4 games this weekend. 2 balls and no strikes. On the left-hand hitting DH. 2 out with a runner at third here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Set by Fair, and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side, grabbed by the pitcher coming off the mound, underhand flip. 1-3 on the putout. That'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the 9th. Your score, it's Valley City State 14, Mayville State 12. This is Viking Baseball, live on YouTube on VCSUVikings.com.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 8th, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base.
Well, here we go to the top of the 9th inning. Grady Shipman, the freshman, going to try to nail down a save here. And it's not going to be an easy one. Top of the order coming up here for Mayville State in the 9th.
Leading off the top of the 9th for the Comets, the right fielder, number 9, Chris Shopbell.
And Chris Shopbell will lead things off. 1 for 2 today, 1 for 3 today. RBI double. He's also been hit by pitch twice. Reached on air, scored a couple of runs. And we'll face the freshman here, Grady Shipman, the pitch. Way outside of the backstop, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Shipman is retired. 4 out of the 5 batters that he faced. Got a pop out of Denton to end the 7th inning. Then a walk to McQueen. Started the 8th. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Then I got a pop out, strikeout, fly out to end the inning and keep the Vikings up 14-12. Softball trailing 5-3. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up in Dickinson. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, foul down third base way. So Shipman ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A right-hander. Grady Shipman, the freshman. Here's the wind. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big strikeout. That's number 2 for Shipman. 1 away. That'll bring up Carson Lundmark.
The center fielder, number 7, Carson Lundmark.
Lundmark today, 3 for 4. Driven in 3, had a 2-run homer in the first, and an RBI single in the second. He scored a couple of runs. And the pitch. He swings and fists that one foul, and on a play, 0-1. Vikings will host Dakota Wesleyan on Monday, 5:30 first pitch. 1 9-inning game. And then they'll head to Dickinson next weekend to wrap up the season with the 4-game set with the Blue Hawks. And then it's conference tournament time at 2 will be at Astoria Field in Dickinson. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here on Lundmark. And Shipman delivers. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. On the left-handed hitting center fielder, here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it off, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shipman working off the first base side of the rubber. Wheels and deals, 2-2. Check swing, did he go? They asked, yes he did. Here's the throw down to first in time on the putout. Strike on number 3 for Shipman, 2-3 on the putout for out number 2. And that'll bring up Cameron Goff.
The designated hitter, number 2, Cameron Goff.
Goff today, 0 for 3. He has scored a run. And the Comets down to their last out. Right-hander, Shipman into the line and the pitch. Swinging a foul straight back, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Shipman wheels and deals, 0-1. Low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The right-hander looking for the save here. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul. And he is 1 strike away from getting it. A ball and 2 strikes on Goff. Two out, nobody on here in the top of the 9th inning. Shipman into the wind. The 1-2 pitch. Low, ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Home plate umpire keeps asking for more baseballs. He's not getting them. They want it to end. 2-2 the count. Shipman into the wind, the pitch. Swinging a grounder again, foul. So now he's going to have to come over and politely, hey, I need some baseballs. So now he's going to get at least 1. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Goff. Shipman working from the wine. Kicks and delivers. Low, ball 3, 3-2. Kevin Conway would bat if Goff can extend the inning. 3-2 on Cameron Goff. And Shipman delivers. Swinging a foul at the plate. No, he didn't. That a fair ball? Now they call it a foul ball. The home plate umpire didn't say anything. And so they played it out, and it was going down as a 1-3. And now they will get together, and the three umpires will get together. And is this the way the game's going to end? Boy, this could get interesting if it is. And it is foul ball. As it should be. I think it was. Yeah. But the conversation now between Coach DeMaria and home plate umpire. So it's just a foul ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I have to say, not a lot of people have left here. It's been a good crowd all weekend for this 4-game series here at Charlie Brown. So Shipman 1 strike away again from ending it. And getting the save here for the Vikings for Harrison Metz. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Here's the wine and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Shipman strikes out the side in the 9th inning and picks up the save. Nothing across for Mayville State. And the Vikings, for the first time this year, sweep a doubleheader, and they take the 2nd game by a final of 14-12. We'll be back with the totals. This is Viking Baseball here on YouTube and VCSUVikings.com.
For the Comets in the top of the 9th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Your final score, Valley City State 14 and Mayville State 12. Valley City State fans, the Vikings will be back in action Monday night, 5:30, as they take on Dakota Wesleyan here at Charlie Brown Field. Thanks for joining us for Viking Baseball here at Charlie Brown this weekend. Have a great and happy Easter tomorrow, and safe travels.
Hey, your final totals in this one. For Valley City State, 14 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. They left 10 runners on base. And for Mayville State, 12 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. They left 9 runners on base. Harrison Metz will get the win here today, and the save by Grady Shipman for Valley City State. And Daniel Hernandez will take the loss for the I believe Hernandez will take the loss here for the Comets. Vikings now with the doubleheader sweep. And they go 2-2 this weekend. They are now 3-13 in conference play, 18-27 overall. And the Comets, with the loss today, will fall to 5-11 in the conference and 13-25 on the season. Again, the Vikings with the big 7-run inning in that 4th. And of course, the big hit there was Christian Ramirez with the bases clearing 3-run triple that at the time tied the game at 9. He would then make it 10-9. He came in to score when Podolsky reached on an error. And that would make the score 10-9, but the Vikings would not score again, and they would add 2 more runs after the game was tied. They got 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Ramirez to take a 12-10 lead. That was the game-winning hit. They added 2 more runs in the 6th. But that big 7-run 4th inning, the catalyst here today for the Vikings to pick up their first doubleheader sweep of the season. So now they've got Dakota Wesleyan coming up here on Monday, and then they will head to Dickinson State and wrap up the regular season with the Blue Hawks. Right now, top of the 7th inning in softball, Dickinson State leading Valley City State in softball 5-3. Vikings won the first game of that doubleheader 5-3. And now trailing 5-3 in the 7th inning. Those 2 teams will play again a doubleheader on Monday in Dickinson. Vikings softball, well, now it's 5-4 with a runner at third base and 2 outs. So they have the tying run at third base for the Vikings. Vikings softball will host Mayville State next Friday for a doubleheader and then head to Mayville to wrap up the regular season on Saturday. So again, right now, with 2 outs and a runner at third base, Vikings softball is trailing Dickinson State by a score of 5-4. Well, it's going to wrap things up on what has been a fun weekend. The Comets winning twice yesterday, 2-0 and 9-8. And the Vikings today, they do it with pitching in Game 1. Takeo Cookson with the complete game victory, 6-2 in the first game of the doubleheader. And in the second game, it's the offense led by one of the seniors, Christian Ramirez, driving in 5 runs and coming up with a 3-run triple and a 2-run homer to lead the Vikings to a victory here in Game 2, 14-12. Well, my thanks to Colin Haas and Kerry Bodine, the sports information staff here at VCSU, and, of course, to all of you joining us here on VCSUVikings.com. Again, for all news Viking athletics, everything you need to know, photos, videos, stats, and more, just check out VCSUVikings.com. Until next time, Paul McDonald saying thanks for joining us, and so long from Charlie Brown Field.